I'm back in. Let's see what happened. Okay, let me do this. Let's go here, here. Okay, maybe I did it right this time. You all, I'm learning at the same time. So I was on at 8:20, 8:25, 8:20 or 8:25, trying to figure this live inside this group out. I had to do it over and delete the other live. Where is it at now? I don't want to do it like that. Just go home. I don't want to do events. How about this? Get out of there. Get out of there. Just go to my group. Hi, everyone. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Renata. I'm hoping I'm saying your name correctly, Renata. I am. You all, I'm learning first Facebook Live and groups as we speak. And I'm actually on my laptop, going in on my other page, trying to see it. Home. Gosh, I want to do events. Okay. Accept. And I'm not used to looking at Facebook on my laptop, just so you all know. So it's a little weird for me. Please say hi, because before I was not able to see any comments. So I want you to say something, so that way I'll know what I'm doing. Happening now, yes. All right. See, like, I can see the comments, but I can see the comments when I go in as a student, but I can't see the comments as a moderator. So, like, right now, I can see that there's 6 comments. Hi, Tracy. Hey, Elsie. Renata. Thank you, Tracy. I ain't get off till 8:15. It didn't start till 8:30, just so you know. See, as a moderator in here, I cannot see any of these comments. I'm actually on my other page, which is Rising CEO, because I'm on this page more. The Kitty's Custom Cleaning. But on the Rising CEO, I can see your comments. So I'm going to comment over there, but I cannot see a comment at all. I don't know what's up with that. This is a little weird. Hi. Like, even when I type it, I can't see it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead on and get started. What I was saying, my first thing I was just saying, successful entrepreneurs, one thing you do learn is time is valuable, and successful people are on time. To be on time is to be early. Make that your motto and practice that from now on in everything you do in your life. Even if, like Tracy, I know you got off at 8:15, so getting on at 8:30 is a little difficult. But what I want each one of us to do is I want us to practice that with everything we do. Practice makes perfect. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, and successful is subjective, make it a point to be on early. Because what my motto is, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. So practice that. Practice that when you're meeting your family at dinner. Practice that when you're going to church. Practice that when you're going to work. Make that your new motto. I would like somebody to sit down and write that. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Now, I'm going to give you a little backstory on that one. I read Michael Strahan's book, and this was probably 2017 or 18. Michael Strahan, when he played for the New York Giants, Tom Coughlin became the head coach. they butted heads. What happened was when Tom Coughlin started, they went to a meeting one day. All the football players went to a meeting. And anybody that tried to open that door at the meeting time, he locked them out and he fined them. And the guys were mad, saying, I'm on time, I'm on time. Tom Coughlin's motto was, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And that team had been losing for the longest. So he had to develop self-discipline within that team. When he developed that self-discipline, that exact same year, that team won the Super Bowl. So the reason that I'm telling you to do this with yourself from here on out for the rest of your life is because it develops self-discipline. To be a successful entrepreneur mean that you have to be self-disciplined. We have to be self-disciplined above everybody else. We have to be self-disciplined when it hurts, when we don't feel like it. We have to be self-disciplined. Starting off your self-discipline lesson, what I want you to do is write this down and make this the model of your life. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you are late. Other people will not. They'll be like, they won't even know what you're doing. You'll just be doing this for your self-discipline and your self-development. The motto, the mission statement for Rising CEO is developing business acumen and personal development required to become a successful entrepreneur. Our goal here is to help each other grow so that we can be a successful entrepreneur. My goal is I'm trying to teach what I would have wanted someone else to teach me when I didn't know that I needed it. That's my goal. Because I started entrepreneurship in 2014, and I knew nothing, and nobody I knew anything. And most entrepreneurs back then were hairdressers and realtors, black women. They were salon owners or hairdressers and realtors. I didn't have much access to them because I was at Bank of America underwriting and processing loans. So I didn't have access to how they did it, how they got clients, things like that. That I didn't have access to that. So I'm here, and I started Rising CEO Academy because so many people stop me all the time asking me about business. How you do it? How you do your branding? How you do this? How you do that? One thing, if you notice, I already referenced the book. I got to get the name of it, but I think he only wrote one book, but it's by Michael Strahan. To become a successful entrepreneur mean that while some people are Netflixing and chilling, while some people come in the door when they get off work and they start watching Netflix and Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte and all that, Who Cloned Tyrone, that's when it's time for us to start listening to podcasts, listening to books. And if you notice, I've already gave you a book assignment. The book assignment that I gave you is only on Audible because I don't want you to be bogged down trying to purchase the book. I don't want you to be bogged down saying, dang, I'm busy all day. Now I'm got to go home, put the kids to bed, make dinner, and as soon as I read this book, I'm tired. I made an audio book because I want you to fall in love with audiobooks. Audiobooks they give us the information we need. What I need is the information. I don't need to sit there and read it. You know, when you were in school, they just wanted you to read it. I need the information. To get the information requires that you decide, hey, am I going to listen to the radio? Or am I going to turn this audio book on and listen to this in the car? Hey, while I'm cooking dinner, am I going to listen to Netflix? Or hey, am I going to listen to this audio book? It requires self-discipline. Because in order to get through that audio book, you're going to have to be disciplined enough to put something down and pick something up. With many new entrepreneurs, they have never invested in themselves. And the hardest step for them to take is this step right here. because it requires that you pay to get something that you need, but you really don't know that you need it or not. And so some of them like, I don't really know if I need that or not, maybe. And then you notice as their businesses never really go anywhere. They never get to the point where they can say, hey, maybe I can step away from this job. Maybe I can take less hours. They don't grow. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm looking over here because I can't see the comments here. So if you comment, I have to go to my laptop. It's just crazy. I don't like this, but there's no other way for me to go live. So I gotta figure it out. And I'm gonna figure out YouTube. Maybe I can do a YouTube page. My YouTube, maybe I can go live and do it private so I can see something. I'm still working on software. I'm still working those kinks out and learning different software and what works best, all that kind of stuff. But so my first assignment is a personal development assignment. I want you to take accountability for yourself, and I want you to make it a point to be early to whatever you have to do. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. That's going to require that maybe you get your clothes together the night before. Maybe you get the kids together the night before. Maybe you wake up an hour earlier. It's going to require something of you. And that's my first assignment, is a self-development assignment. Get yourself where you are early. Early could just be 10 minutes, but it's still early. It's practicing the self-discipline that's going to be required, okay? Second assignment, and I've listened to this book like 3 times. I love that book. Is to listen to Kevin Hart's The Decision. It's funny, so it's going to keep you very entertained, but the information in it is awesome. And that's one reason that I picked that book. Because if you're not used to listening to audio books or reading books, you tend to get bored. So what I did was I gave a book that has great information in it, and it's funny. So it's going to keep you engaged. And it's full of nuggets. And it's read by Kevin Hart himself. And the boy just funny. So I want you to get acclimated to making books a routine, to doing that. You get what I'm saying? All right. So that's why I went over the book club. I'm very excited about our first session, August 15th, 7 p.m. on a Thursday. Very, very excited. And what I'm going to also do is I'm going to have different speakers come in who specialize in different things. Like I was saying just now, as I was talking about your social media. With your social media, what you can do is, I want everybody to utilize their social media. One thing I like is like right here, how Relaxed Fit, he just got on. His social media is his business name. If you notice, my social media is Kitty's Custom Cleaning. I love who I am. I love Nikita Watley. But it's Kitty's Custom Cleaning who makes Nikita Watley get paid. And my goal for social media is to make my income. Because I don't want to go back. I made a pact with God. I'm not going back to somebody's job. So I'm doing whatever it takes for me not to go back there. Some of it is simple. Some of it gets more complicated. But whatever it is, I'm going to do it because I made a pact with God and I talked to him about that thing, that I am not going back on somebody's job. I'm not. I will figure something out. So with that, that means I have to be extra self-disciplined because there's no guaranteed income for me. And I am a single black female. There's no man with another income who does, giving me something or anything like that. So that requires a lot of me. But I'm that chick, so hey. And sometimes you have to say that about yourself. Hype your own self up. I'm that dude. I'm that chick. If anybody can do it, I can. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's how I live. Oh, Michelle said she really needed this. That's what I'm here for. I said Rising CEO Academy is developed because I want to teach content that I would have wanted someone else to teach me before I knew I needed it. I want to teach content and information that I wish somebody else would have taught me before I knew I needed it. I fell into reading books. Then I took my first mentorship session. Y'all, my first mentorship session was with the Jacksonville Women's Chamber of Commerce. In that session, they assigned books to us. One of the books was The Brand Called You and The Starbucks Experience. Those two books actually got me into audiobooks. The Brand Called You is all about branding. If you look, I have on my brand right now, even though this is the Kitty's Custom Cleaning. I'm going to get the Rising CEO, but you know, I'm young, new in my entrepreneur journey with the Rising CEO. So I have to get the money to get me some more shirts. That's all understandable. But the Brand Called You is about branding. It teaches you the ins and outs of branding and color and all of that stuff. The Starbucks Experience is about customer service and business development. I recommend that you read those. I really, really do. And I'm going to add them to our book list. But if you hype and you really want to get what you need to get because you hungry, one thing about being an entrepreneur, you have to be hungry. If you're sitting there with your belly full, you ain't going to make it. If you're sitting there with the lazies, you're not going to make it. If you want to be exactly like your friends are, and well, when they go out on Friday night, so you want to go too. This Friday, last Friday, I had somewhere I really did want to go. But I said no, I needed to record 3 podcasts on Saturday. And I needed to be there at 9 o'clock. And it's about a 45-minute drive from my apartment. So no, what I had to do was stay home, relax, read, get my notes together, like right now, get my questions and stuff, make sure my questions were all on point, so that I can record 3 back-to-back podcasts. One of those podcasts will be on my page tomorrow. It's with Divas of the Round Table. And we're discussing health and cancer. Yes, now let's just say I would have went out with my friends. I'd have been sluggish. My eyes would have been red. I wouldn't have been on point. And I'm sitting up there trying to interview people and ask questions and need clarity so that I really do ask great questions, and anything they're telling me, I'm taking it in. But yeah, I went out with the people who didn't have anything else to do on Saturday morning. They can lay there with a hangover. It requires me to be a better me. You get what I'm saying? And I'm looking over here because I got to look at these questions. Michelle says, I have been trying to bring my family with me. We don't have the same drive. One thing you learn is you're not going to be able to bring everybody with you. When you try to bring everybody and they're not ready, they will bog you down. It's easier for me to pull you down if I'm a weight than for me to pull you up. You get what I'm saying? And that's just something that you have to make peace with. You can't bring everybody. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to do what you're doing, and you're going to have to let them watch. Some people watch it and they'll get it, and some people won't. This journey, you're going to lose a lot of friends and family. And that's just what it is. When I tell you, I used to have a big old circle. Not big. Yeah. Well, freak, I know a lot of people. I have a whole bunch of people going on, doing stuff. My circle damn near dot now. It's damn near dot. I ain't going to even lie. But the dot and the people, the couple of people in that dot that I associate are so much better quality than the ones I used to. That's just something that we're going to have to decide and make peace with. Tracy said, it is impactful. It is. Love it. I just want to stress that. The biggest thing on this journey will be self-discipline. and be dedicated. And you're going to have to be dedicated to be self-disciplined, and you're going to have to be consistent with it. If you can find that you can do that, and what we have to do is, many things you're going to have to take day by day, sometimes hour by hour. But it will be worth it. You're going to have to be dedicated to be self-disciplined. And then you're going to have to be consistent with your dedication. Otherwise, you won't get where you want to go. Be. And if you notice that you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting something different, try something different. Try doing like I said. Try to always be early. Try your best. Say, whatever I do, I'm going to be there 10 minutes early. Because that's making you change your habit. That's making you be more self-disciplined and say, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. And this is just what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to operate on. Anybody that's successful, they're always on time. To avoid having issues, what you do is you be early. You get what I'm saying? To avoid the issues, just be early. And practice that. Stuff is going to happen. But if you practice that one thing, that good habit will lead to more good habits. You have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, that's one of my main things. And I'm going to have guest speakers. As of right now, let's see who I have. I want to have a representative from Blue Cross Blue Shield come on and talk to us. Because I know with many of us, the journey is, if I lose my job, what do I do about health insurance? That's like the most difficult part, because no one will not lose. If I leave my job, what am I going to do about health insurance? And oftentimes, health insurance will keep us bind to a company and a job that we don't like. And it's that job that's running up our doggone blood pressure, so that we have to overutilize the health insurance. So I'm going to have somebody come talk about health insurance, because I have health insurance through the marketplace, and I've had it for about 2 years now. That truly sealed the deal that I'm not clocking in. That I'm not going to wake up and have to be there when they want me to be there, and be stuck there and have to do them while I really want to do me. And it, I'm not going to even get into that. I want to have someone come in and talk about the importance of branding. Want to have that go on. My CPA, certified public accountant, and he's a CPA law. Want to have him come on and talk about, your business bank account and things like that, and your tax returns. Let him talk. Because often we don't have access to a CPA, and we don't know that we need a CPA. We don't know that we're paying our expenses and getting our income in all wrong. And we're doing it where we can't even count it. I'm going to have somebody else come in and talk about business acumen, things like that. These are things that I have lined up already. I'm looking for a social media expert. So if you know somebody that's truly, truly good at social media, I really would like, refer them to me, inbox me, let me know them. Because I really would like a social media expert. Because right now, social media is where it's at. If you don't have a social media, get one. If your social media is not your business, change it. Try to get it to your business. Because I told you, my name is Nikita Watley. But every time I comment, I need you to see Kitty's Custom Cleaning. I need you to see Rising CEO Academy. I don't need you to see Nikita Watley. Nikita Watley, what she do? I think she owned the cleaning business. I don't need you to second guess me and think that maybe I do, because most people lose stuff in the first second. So if somebody said, I'm looking for a cleaning business to come to my house, I think that girl Nikita Watley she has a cleaning company. No, baby, I don't need you to think. I need you to know. So that's why my social media is Kitty's Custom Cleaning. Across the board. My other page is Rising CEO Academy. My YouTube is Rising CEO Academy. I need you to know what I'm doing, because this is how I earn my income, and this is how I keep that pact that I made to myself and God, that I am not going back to somebody's job. That's how serious I am about it, y'all. I ain't playing. That I will live on my own terms. So things like that is what I have to do. Get it out there. I accept. My page is public. My social media not just for friends. If my social media was for friends, it'd have 5 people on it. Because I don't have that many friends. I have a lot of associates. But if it was just for friends, I'll have 5, 6 people on it. And nobody will know who I was. My social media is to drive people over to me, so that they know what I'm doing. Sometimes we don't make our social media what we're doing because we know that we're not giving what we're doing that much effort. And it might be a little embarrassed. So I don't want nobody to be like, Kitty the cake maker, and you'll never see me doing anything about cakes. So I just rather put Nikita Watley on it because I'm kind of half-assing my own stuff, but I'm giving 100% to AT&T. She said, may I share? Yeah, what you want to share? Remember, I have to look at it, the comments on my other page, because this don't show comments. Yes, what would you like? Look, y'all, I'm trying. Hold on. And like I'm telling you, I'm not afraid to let people see that I'm learning. I'm actually learning. Like right now, I'm looking at, let me see, where's live chat? She said, may I share? Yes, please do. I have to comment at Rising CEO Academy because I cannot see. This is crazy. And I'm going to learn this also. I'm going to learn why, as the moderator, I can't see the comments. But when I go in as a mentee, I can see the comments. And I'm telling y'all, I'm right here. This is my laptop. You see it? So I have to look at my laptop to see comments. So I don't really know what's going on. Realtor here. Where to find the book? Oh, I'm sorry. That book, I'm sorry, y'all. See? And I can't do this on my page. Maybe I can do this on my page and only invite, I'm going to play with this tomorrow or tonight while I'm sitting on bed. Play and only invite certain people. Make it like private and only invite certain people. Then I can see the comments. Until I can figure it all out, that might be a thing. Which book? Let's see. And then one day I get me an assistant to do this part for me, so I don't have to moderate and be the admin at the same time. Book. The book, The Decision, is an audio book. It's audio only. If you look at my look at the picture that I put in there, it says Audible only. It's not a physical book. So when you go in, you have to get it on Audible. Kevin Hart must have some type of special thing going on with Audible, and that's the only thing that he had. That's the only way the book is. My husband is happy sitting in the garage watching TV, complaining because I asked him to help me be great. Well, I don't want to say anything, but sometimes a person can't help you be great if they're not great themselves. How am I going to help you be great when I'm not the greatest version of myself? Then you begging me to do something that I truly can't do because I'm not the best version of myself. What you have to do is you have to get up, go in that room, start feeling sorry for yourself, pick up your books, pick up your material, and do whatever it is you have to do to become the greatest version of yourself. Waiting on somebody else to help you do what you need to do is a pity party. And then I can't stand complaining. Complaining is a weak mind's way of looking busy. And busy is just busy. Busy is not productive. So me and complaining don't get along. That's just my advice. Don't put it out there to your husband. You go do what you have to do. I don't understand why he doesn't see. You can't make people see what you see. These are your eyes. You were born by yourself. These are your eyes, Michelle. You can't make somebody else see what you see. And that's not wrong of them for not being able to see the vision. It's their eyes and their life. God gave you your vision. What the devil will do is he'll have you so wrapped up in trying to make me see your vision that you never even start working towards the vision, because you're so busy trying to convince me that this is the vision and you don't do any work towards it. That's how he gets us. He gets us with distraction. And you know, black people, we get distracted easy. That's why Sexy Red can get on the radio and take over. Because we get distracted with dumb shit. Stuff that doesn't matter. You find your purpose and you work towards it, and you don't ask anybody else to see what God gave for you. The vision he gave you is for you. And I know that we feel like our spouse is supposed to see what we see, but our spouse is a human with their own DNA. You get what I'm saying? My thought, I have a person who can help with insurance. Okay. Michelle Vickers. Oh, I do know Michelle Vickers. Okay. See, I have to read it over here, y'all. So give me a second. I'm reading the comments. Tracy says, I know that's right. All right. The great sauce to my page. Cannot share to my page. No, I don't think you can share it to your page because this is a private group. This group is invite only. So you can come back and you can watch it. But you can't share this outside of the group. I did make this private only. This is for the exclusive, true rising CEOs. Okay? Remember that. Oh, Michelle said, I love you, Kitty. Thank you. Love you too, lady. It has to be in their wheelhouse already. That's true. It drives me crazy. If it drives you crazy and you go crazy, what good are you going to benefit the public? How good can you be if you're trying to convince somebody that don't see your vision to see your vision? Now you over here all fumbled because you're trying to make somebody see what God gave you. What he gave for us is for us. It would be nice to have a spouse and you and the spouse shared the vision. Now, y'all, let me think. I don't want to say this the wrong way. What I'm going to say is, often when we get spouses, did we pray for that spouse? Is that the spouse that God gave us? Now, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general, y'all. Is that the spouse that God meant for me? Did I ask God for this spouse? Was I even a God-fearing person when I got this spouse? Did I talk to God back then like I talk to God now? I had to decide and determine when my marriage that I didn't talk to God about this man. Why am I trying to make something work when God didn't even ordain us to be together? That's something, this is my story and my song. This is not everybody's story and song. But I had to come to grips and talk to God about that thing because he didn't ordain me to be married to that man. I ordained me to be married to him. What God did not ordain cannot sustain. People will stay together. I would have stayed together just because I would have said that we been together. We tied like time matters. All of them miserable years. Versus saying, you know what, God, you didn't even put us together. Let me get out of this union that I did. Because people are like, oh, it's a sin to get a divorce. It was a sin to get married to somebody God didn't ordain for your life. And now we're trying to make right out of wrong. We married him, but it was right. I married him, but I was trying to make right out of wrong, which can never happen. And it'll always be a constant battle because it wasn't ordained by God. Ah! Michelle said the sex was good. Exactly. We'll get dick drunk. Uppers whipped. And we'll think that we're supposed to be with somebody because they got good D and good P. Now that lets us know that we weren't even supposed to be with them. And now we done sat there and got a mortgage together. We done got kids together. We done did all this stuff together. And we didn't even supposed to be together and wonder why nothing won't go right. Nothing can't get happy. Can't be at peace. That's just me. That's my story. I'm not talking about your story. You brought it up. So that's Kitty's thoughts. Kitty talk. That's just for me. But anyway, I'm backing out of that. But like I said, to be a successful entrepreneur requires personal development. It's hard to be the best version of yourself when you aren't personally developed. It's hard to be able to focus on, okay, I have a guy working with a guy to get me software, to work on software, to see what software I'm going to use for the class. And what I'm going to do is I'm also researching Stripe to see how maybe I can offer payment plans. I have my Jeep was in a car accident while on a trip. So now it comes back on Wednesday and I'm talking to the auto body repair person so that when it comes back on Wednesday, I can go in and take it over there so that I can replace the bumper. It's hard for me to decide, am I going to do this event on September 7th? Okay, when am I going to send out the welcome packets? I had to design the sticker for the logo to go on the welcome packet so that I can mail out the welcome packet. When I have personal issues going on, my clarity is not there to be able to juggle multiple things. I just talked right there about 4 businesses. Researching Stripe is for one business. Contacting HARS because my Jeep was in an accident last week. That's Turo. Deciding if I'm going to be in this event is Rising CEO Academy. The software is Rising CEO Academy and YouTube. Okay, I need to get a website, a different type of website. That's a whole nother thing. Okay, I have somebody checking out of the Airbnbs. So what we did was we closed down an Airbnb effective in September. So we're taking the washer out of there and putting it into the other washer, so into the other unit, because the washer in the other unit is a lease. The washer in the unit we're closing down is a purchase. So we purchased that one. So we gave back the one that's on the lease and taking the one from the purchase and putting it over there. You realize I'm just talking about a whole bunch of different businesses. And these are my businesses. This is not me working for somebody else figuring their stuff out. I can't do that when I'm working on when I have all this, if I had all these personal issues going on. So with my first assignment, with my first mentorship, August 15th, it's going to be about meditation. Hold on. It's going to be about affirmations, meditation. Some people don't know what magnetic frequencies are, things like that. Setting a gratitude alarm. I have a gratitude alarm on my phone that goes off at 8:30 every single day. I stop and I tell God, thank you for something. If you want to be blessed, you have to acknowledge the blessings. What the gratitude alarm does, it makes me dig back through my day and find something to be grateful for and tell God thank you. Do you realize how often many of us go all day? We'll go 2, 3, 4 weeks without telling God thank you, taking blessings for granted. But then when something go wrong, the devil surely is busy. We'll acknowledge the devil like he is the one, but won't give God any gratitude. Michelle, I love my children so much, really don't want them to hate me for leaving their dad. That's a marriage counselor stuff. I ain't got the answer. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have the answer. That's not for me. But that sounds like something you are going to have to work through, Michelle. You're going to have to talk to some type of counselor. You're going to have to seek something. Because that's something you and God have to decide on. I don't have it. I ain't the one. I'm not going to lie and pretend to be the one. I just know that that's something that you're going to have to work through. But that was just my take. Talk to somebody who with some real experience on that relationship stuff. I ain't the person. Me in relationships, I don't have that many of them. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be asking you, what are you believing for? Who do you see yourself as a CEO? What do you see? I want us to start working on our vision. You know what? Let me turn this phone around right quick. I want you to see my vision board that I'm looking at. And not vision board, my dry erase board. This is something I recommend, and you don't have to go this big because I didn't start off this big. This is something I recommend every entrepreneur have. Some type of dry erase board. You see that board? I cleaned it out to free up some space. So when you see me looking across the camera, I'm looking at my board. To the far right are like, now I ain't gonna say affirmations, but they like affirmations. Like my execution is consistently above average. I wrote that down and I said that's how I am. I execute to consistently above average. I got this from A-Train. Why not me? I'm passionate about my now. Most people use their mouths to throw rocks on the path to their progress of their life. Powerful women thrive. Strong women survive. Then I have things wrote up there that I'm putting in the works for Rising CEO Academy. I have to-dos. I have follow-ups. I have some stuff that I need to get done at the vacation rental. I have some things that I'm studying. I'm studying the 48 Laws of Power. I need to start this thought course. Oh, I did the Divas podcast questions. I can write that off. I did that. I have some stuff down there for vacations. I have some stuff down there for some grants that I applied for. I have a vision board over here. Even though I write my vision board, but I have like my goal weight. I have that I do want to be married again. I never thought that I would, but now that I learned myself better, I would consider it. And I put that on there. That's my realtor who sold me my house when her husband got married. I love that picture. Took it off her page and printed it. And I've had it up there for about 3 years. And I want to go to Sandals Resort. But this is something that I'm going to recommend that we do. Get you a dry erase board and start writing out things, because we have so much going on in our mind that it's hard to keep up. And if you try to keep up everything in your mind, you're going to tend to forget something. So why just depend on, okay, your memory? Put it out there for yourself. Write it down. My calendar is full. I put everything in my calendar. Utilize your Google Calendar, stuff like that. But I know that we've been on here about an hour. I'm going to let everybody go. But what I want you to do is start reading that book. The assignment is to listen to Kevin Hart's book, The Decision. It's on Audible only. Not any other audio book. It's an exclusive Audible. Audible is by Amazon. So go into your Play Store or your Apple Store or whatever and type in Audible. And it might come up Audible by Amazon. It's a little yellow orangish looking box. Click on it. Download it. Your first 30 days are free. They're going to ask you to put in your debit or credit card information. Monthly subscription is $15. We mess over $15 very easy. Monthly subscription, $15. And then what you do is for the first 30 days, that first book, they're going to let you download it for free. Download Kevin Hart and listen to it. I have been listening to Audible since about 2017, something like that. I have about 200 books I don't listen to. I tell people this. If the last book you read was the last book you read, you are behind. If the last time you learned something was when you sat up in a college class or high school class, you are behind. But the good part is we can always catch up. That's easy win. Start off with one book. Let Kevin Hart give you all these nuggets while being entertained at the same time. Because the book is hilarious, but it's awesome. And he actually walks the walk if you look and see what he's doing. So, I thank you all for tuning in. I will be posting in the group. If you have any questions, any thoughts, put them in the group. The group is not just for me to post. It's for me to get to know you and you to get to know me. So put them in the group. Let's chat. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what's going on with you. Tracy said, I can pick up what you're putting down. Okay? I want you to put it in and look at it. This is for us to become the best versions of ourselves so that we can run our businesses efficiently, effectively, and have some free time in between to enjoy. Because we don't want to just be all business. See, y'all, now, y'all look. These comments finally coming up. All this time I done been on for an hour, I'm finally being able to see the comments on as a moderator. I've been looking over here at Rising CEO page through the group to see the comments. Tracy Webster said, I can pick up what you're putting down. And LC Brown said, good night. I haven't been able to see one comment the whole time. Now they're coming up over here. So I appreciate you all. We are a community. Please tell people in Jacksonville. Because first of all, we're going to be online. Tell anybody anywhere. If you are aspiring to be an entrepreneur, if you're trying to increase your business, if you're trying to learn, how do I set up my business bank account? How do I pay my expenses the right way? How do I get my income the right way? If I'm putting money into my personal account, then I'm not really a business because I'm using it out of my personal account. So if you're doing that, let's talk about it. That's the first step to really being a business, is to run your stuff through your business account. But to have the business account, you either need to be set up as a sole proprietor or an LLC. I prefer a LLC because a sole proprietor means me and the business are one and the same. I prefer to be a little separate. If me and the business are separate, that means I can get credit under the business, I can get credit for myself. Now I give the business a bank account, just like I give my personal self a bank account, and I run everything from the business out of my business account. Do not cross business money with personal money. I can go too deep on that one. But do not say, okay, kid, I'm going to pay you to clean my house. And then I send you my personal cash app and it's going into my personal account. I can't be considered a business because I'm sending money to my personal account. Then sometimes people are like, well, I don't want the government to know how much money I'm making. Unless you're making like $2 million. I mean, you ain't all of that where you got to really hide. But sometimes what we'll do is we'll forfeit putting the money in our business account and maybe paying, let's say we had to pay $2,000 worth of taxes. But let's just say now that you was putting money in your business account, you was able to get an $8,000 loan. So now you can take the $8,000 business loan, pay off the $2,000 worth of taxes. But you were so busy trying to hide it from the government that you didn't pay taxes because you did it all personal. And now you have no business income and you can't get jack squat. Just that simple. Just that simple. You can't get jack squat. You cheated yourself. Exactly. So we will be going into that also because I see that with so many businesses. I'm like, girl, you have no business bank account. And like how I can tell sometimes is because I have different accounts, I know who does business Zelle a lot. And like Bank of America and BuyStar don't have business Zelle. They have personal Zelle. So if you want me to Zelle you to your Navy Federal, I automatically know it's going into your personal account because they don't have business Zelle. Bank of America has business Zelle, but I know BuyStar and Navy Federal don't. So sometimes when you used to doing certain businesses, you could tell what's what with different people. But anyway, I go on a whole nother thing. But that's why we have Rising CEO Academy, because we are going to learn all of that stuff. When you use your business income right, now your business is a business, and you may be able to get credit for that business. And then you get a lot of write-offs. There's advantages to being a business. It really is. It's more advantages to being a business than it is to be personal. Just so you know. All right. Talk to you all later. Have an awesome night.